enterprise zones have been around for about 3 decades. They were intended to help distressed communities, but a study earlier this year called for the program to be scrapped. And that is not going over well in a number of places. As NJTV contributor Steve Adubato found out during his conversation with Elizabeth Township Mayor J. Christian Bollwage.
Mayor, you've been very critical of the Christie administration, particularly as it relates to what is called urban enterprise zones. This is where you charge 3.5%?
The Urban Enterprise Zone program allows municipalities in 30% of their community to charge 3.5% sales tax.
Versus 7%.
Versus 7%.
What does that do for a town like Elizabeth, 127,000 people, the 4th largest city in the state? Go ahead.
We have Jersey Gardens Mall, IKEA, small businesses. That money would come back to the city of Elizabeth after passing through the state of New Jersey in a sliding scale, 3, 2, 1 of whatever, the 3.5%, depending on what year you're in. And then you can use that money for low-interest loans. You can use it for facade grants. You can use it to help the business community. You can use it for training, job training, or English as a second language program. There's a whole different ways you can use that money in order to increase the viability and create jobs on a local area for your local residents.
What's your beef with the administration?
They took the money. They've taken that money and they use it for the state budget. When they say that they're balancing the state budget, they're balancing that state budget on the backs of urban communities.
But you acknowledge that there was a massive budget deficit of around $10, $11 billion. Do you take the governor at his word when he says, look, I would like to do these things. I support urban enterprise zones. We don't have the money for it. What part of that math or logic don't you buy?
The first year, that could have been possible. The second year, that's impossible. They put away a $600 million surplus into the budget this year. This total urban enterprise zone program statewide costs anywhere between $85 and $92 million. So if we're going to take the governor at his word, then fund half of it. Fund $45 million. Why are we balancing the state budget on the backs of urban communities? Why aren't the millionaires playing their role? Why are we...
Back up. You're jumping around different things. You're saying that if the governor... You're saying the governor opposes the idea of a hike on income tax for those who earn over $1 million, right? If he really cared about cities, he'd increase the millionaire's tax?
Well, I'm just saying that's a way to fund it if you wanted to. I mean, there's a $600 million surplus. There's a whole host of ways to fund the urban enterprise zone
stay on that. You're saying that it hurts your community. You're saying that jobs will be lost. You're saying that the 4th largest municipality in the state is seriously hurt from an economic point of view. What is the legislature going to do?
The legislature actually put the money in the budget in this year that was ended in June, and the governor in his line item veto took it out. When the overrides occurred, they specifically did this as a one line item override or one vote override, or whatever they call it in Trenton. And you know, it was amazing, even Republican senators who have depended on urban enterprise zones, Senator Singer in Lakewood voted not to override the governor, which is unbelievable because urban enterprise zone helped build the Lakewood baseball stadium. So he specifically understands the benefits of urban enterprise zones. So not to vote to override the governor, it's a strong political move on the governor's part in order to take this money to use it for the state budget.
Ultimately, what do you think happens here? I mean, the governor is going to be the governor, at least for another couple of years. How do you figure out how to engage in a dialogue with this administration that's beneficial to the citizens of your community?
The governor's a very strong personality. The governor deals with the people that the governor wants to deal with. I'm not so sure the governor has an ability or a will to deal with urban communities who may disagree or oppose his positions.
You've made your case very clear, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Steve.